Welcome back to the another edition of the Gun Teach Party. I'm the main man, Psycho J, alongside with me, CJ Rich, and Mr. Dave the Headache. No Aaron Harley today. He has some personal issues that he's tending to at this moment. So we wish nothing but the best of luck to him and his personal issues. But yep. Um, there is a conversation that I definitely wanted to talk about, especially this past week. Um, now, we all know we got people that we work with, and sometimes they don't think the best logical reasons or logical ways of handling business. But all right, so this person in particular, he's a security guard. I'm not going to go into full details, but he's been saying over the past couple of weeks that he's been wanting morning shift. But the reason why he couldn't get morning shift was because of his write-ups. Can't get a write-up within your within your 90 days. You can't get a write-up. You can't get any write-ups. This guy has literally had a crap ton of them. Late, being insubordinate, uh, just just the whole 9 yards. So he decides, well, if I'm not going to get a morning shift, I'm going to apply within the same company. I'm going to go on my computer. I'm going to apply for the same position, but in Louisville instead of Shepherdsville.
Okay. The same position for the same company?
For the same company, but it's a morning shift. So, so literally, he does it, and miraculously enough, he gets the interview. Right. That's all it led to was the interview. Right. Because then when they pulled up his name,
they saw who he was.
Yeah, they saw who he was, and they were just like, oh. So then they asked him the question of, well, you do know that you can't get this position because you're already working for us at another area in Claremont. Right. And in a stone cold faced way, he was like, yeah, I know, I don't care. I was gonna try.
Okay.
And I'm just like, wow. That's some balls right there.
Oh, no, that's not what that is. That's definitely not what that is. That's just being stupid. It's like he went out of his way to mess up whatever reputation he had in the first place with the company that he works for.
Well,
that's just dumb.
At this point, he really didn't care because he was already pissed off at it.
Was he quitting?
He was planning on it anyway.
Quitting?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he was already at his wit's end.
Oh, okay.
But so the fact that the fact that you would take time to apply at the same company.
I hope he wasn't banking on that. Like.
Oh no, he was. Oh, he was. He was
he's stupid. Like he's not policy, bro. He's stupid, bro. Like he's dumb.
Oh no, he was intending because here what his plan was. If they did hire him in that same spot, was he was just going to quit that job. He was just going to quit that position.
No,
altogether.
Yeah, I understand.
And I was just like, yeah, it was.
Yeah, he's a moron.
And I guess he's a Trump supporter, which half of my building in Claremont pretty much supports Trump. So it is what it is.
Yeah, he's a moron.
But I don't know how I don't see where you were going to go with this. Like I don't.
He doesn't need it. He's a moron, bro. Like there's no other way to put it. Like dude's dumb. Like there's no clear direction on anything that he was planning. I mean, like no. I just want to give it a shot. You know what I mean? Like okay, what now? You know what I mean?
What's next?
You know what I mean? Like,
so what was the next step? Where were we going with this?
I get doing it as a joke or doing it as a you know, like why not type thing, but definitely I would have had like, you know, I would have had a lot more different avenues that I was banking on other than that. I mean, like that. No, yeah, he's stupid. Like I don't know his whole story, but he don't.
Hey Shay, can you hear us? I just want to see if we're actually if you can actually hear us, because we were actually intending to just put out our regular like, yo, what's up, Drizzy?
Ray.
But yeah, I'm asking y'all to.
Yeah, if y'all can hear us, say what's up. Say what's
Cool,
up.
cool,
Say
cool.
what's up. Y'all hear us good.
So yeah, he literally did not like his position. He literally just said, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can get more to shift elsewhere, because I can't get transferred because I have a crap ton of write-ups. And you know what? Just to give you guys a middle finger, I'm just going to go apply for that same company in Louisville
That was exotic, for real.
and try to get that morning shift over there.
I don't get what the hell was.
And here was the other funny part. The other funny part that even topped it off was that you applied for the ex-boss that worked in Claremont and now has the office down in Louisville.
Or did he work for him?
Yeah, he was underneath. He was the top boss in Claremont.
We live in a day and time where most people don't know how to function within really anything, like any type of organization. Period. But I mean, but that's just a clear distinction of someone who just really doesn't know how he really doesn't understand how things work. and he's just spitball. I mean, like I'm not spitball, but he's just trying
some shit. Like yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he thought that. I guess he thought he was going to get by with it.
The worst thing you do is try to get in the head of a moron, bro. Like that's you're already. Yeah. Because I mean, what he was probably thinking was, hey, I'm so good at what I do. They don't want to lose me. Which is
that's what I thought that same thought process.
Which you know what that is? Yeah. That is a classic case of moronic thought right there. That is a classic case. If you work at a job and you think your job needs you, you are. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how good you are, and I don't know what you did to get in the position. I'm telling you right now. If you hear my voice, they don't need you, dog. You are so replaceable, man.
So I want to pin this question to you guys, and even for our audience that's just joining us. Do y'all have? It could be one, maybe one, but if y'all have multiple ones, then some might question you a little bit. But it is what it is. But do y'all have one coworker that just is what the fuck?
Coworker that's a what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a noun.
All of us, right? All of us.
That's a noun, nigga.
I mean,
all of us have like what the fuck people that we work around.
Yeah.
What you
Drizzy said yes. Yeah, because
every company has at least one. Everybody knows at least one.
At least one. That's just like you sit back and like, what the fuck? What was you thinking there?
Clearly, I got one. This lady is so like she's an older lady, and she's been out for a while. You know when you are that person when you go out for something serious like a medical reasons and people are happy. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
You know what I mean?
For a medical reason?
Like there was no discussion towards anybody. Everybody just had a smile on their face all day because they're like, yeah, she's almost gone.
Yeah, she's almost gone. I did have one person that was like that. It was a couple of jobs ago, and I guess I didn't have an issue with her, but I can see where everyone else had an issue with. And I guess that one day she didn't show up, and everybody was just like, "She's not here today. This is gonna be a good day today." Like, hey Jay,
Yeah.
hey Jay, you have a good day today.
My question, I mean, like, I'm trying to look at it on both sides because I've been at a job where I had to work with a whole bunch of people who really, like, they made the job hard, or they because of how much they didn't want to do, and it's like that in itself, it gets so frustrating because you're like, okay, I get it, I get that we're all wanting to. I
They all read comments that we can't see.
No, I was gonna say, ask what are y'all drinking? I was like, life.
Oh,
You drinking life.
get the absolute off the table.
Oh.
Lord have mercy.
I completely forgot about that. Oh man.
Yeah,
I wrote on there life. I said we drink.
We weren't drinking that yet. We
No,
started
not
drinking it off the shade.
But I think a lot of times, it's easy to be if you have any pride in your work, it's easy to become that person when you're around people who don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I know there's plenty of times where people may have looked at me like, man, and not because I would I never was a snitching type. I never was but my thing is like, if your work affects my work and you refuse to just do a basic line of quality on your stuff and it reflects on me, I got something to say to you about it. Yeah. And most people are the same way, but when you work around a whole bunch of people who's not that way, who's literally just trying to get a check and screw everything else, yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah. I know. I know you got a couple of people that
I could talk about one of them for right now, and because she no longer works for the company at this point, she retired. But yeah, she was a pain in my ass. So she really did not like me. A lot of it being down the fact that she didn't like me because of my skin color is what it felt like for a long time.
Yeah.
But then come to find out, she was just really just an old bitter old woman.
Right.
So she would do everything in her power to empower me. So like to make me feel like I was not important or that I wasn't going to grow. She would do everything under the sun, and if she could see right now, and if you were listening, ma'am, because you know who I'm talking about, I moved above her head. So the fact that you were trying to hold me, you were trying to hold me down, and it didn't work.
I took it seriously.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't work. You didn't work. At the end of the day,
yeah,
I was gonna grow regardless. So she felt like, but she was really nasty. She made it a point. So I'm gonna give y'all one story in that point. Just one.
Go ahead.
So another one of my coworkers, this is where we had only one vehicle at the time. We packed that again, by the way, but we only had one vehicle at the time, and a couple of my other coworkers would go out to go get some lunch. And I was like, hey, I asked one of my coworkers, hey, can you take me to work to go get me something to eat? I'm hungry. And he was just like, yeah, I'll take you. He took me to go get something to eat, came back. Why did you come to him and say, well, you didn't invite me to lunch?
Yeah, well.
She was bitter. She was mad that he took me to lunch and then didn't talk to him for the rest of the day. Took his parking spot when we came back. We didn't have a parking spot no longer. He had to park all the way to the other end of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like she would do like little bitter stuff like that. Like it's little things, and it only was towards me.
It goes
Nobody
back.
else.
It goes back to my earlier point that I made a couple weeks ago. Is that obnoxious people, obnoxious assholes, are looking for assholes.
It's not even really for her. I mean, no, I had moments where I wanted to punch her in her face.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
that's what she was asking for.
But at the end of the day, the way I look at it like this, I didn't disrespect the woman because she was literally old enough to be my grandmother. And so it was just more of I respected her because of her age. And
if you spend majority of life, or by majority I mean 99% of it being childish.
Yeah.
That's I'm not gonna treat you. I'm not gonna treat you
The
anymore.
crazy thing is that she claimed at that moment to be a Christian.
Yeah. See,
You know what I'm saying?
So she finds herself. She's obnoxious, bro.
And she would do little stuff like that, and I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like it used to frustrate me so bad because it was a lot of people that worked with me that were atheists, and I'm like, y'all, you showing them
right, yeah,
exactly
right,
why
yeah.
they are where they are. Like it's crazy.
I am so glad we can transition to this other segment that I wanted to do.
Okay.
And it honestly it's been really eating at me for the past 2 weeks, and I really didn't want to come up to this serious point. But again, I get annoyed when I hear these what are these those racial skits where the white man is pointing his finger and telling the black person to do this and do that. Well, you can't do that because you're black and you're from down in the hood and you're not educated and blah 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 and all this other stuff. And it really irks my nerves
What
because
are you talking about?
well, because most of the time CJ was listening to some of those. I don't know where she got them from, but she plays them out loud. I know those skits, those little racist like skits thing,
like Darman.
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
Like,
so, but
y'all know who Darman is.
But again, I've already told y'all before. I already work in a racist kind of warehouse anyway because it's clearly nothing but Trump supporters, people that believe in conspiracy. No. You are.
No, I don't think that's true. I think they're just some of them might be looking for something different. But go ahead.
Again,
you're a Trump supporter.
Yeah, that's true.
So
on that note, I'm gonna slide on out of this picture.
It takes one to know.
I'm gonna slide over.
Yeah, well. But the conversation that we had, it was 2 weeks ago, was okay. So there have been instances of this black coworker that's she lives in Claremont, where it's just nothing but country folk.
Uh-huh.
But she kind of gets those looks in certain places that she goes, like little corner stores, those little ones back in the country, back in the woods and stuff like that. She kind of gets those looks of hey, you're different color, you don't need to be around here.
Right. Where's Claremont anyway?
Claremont is literally right behind Shepherdville.
Okay, there you go.
So
right. That checks out.
So, and she's like, Minnie, I don't know, because I know I live with some, because there's segregation a little bit, because they stick the colored people where white people don't want to be there.
That pisses me off.
Yeah,
I'm angry.
So
I'm triggered.
She's like, every time that I want to go into the store, I always get those kind of weird looks.
Right.
And she's like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, see, in my mind, I'm just
Four
like
letters. MOVE.
And see, I said that beforehand, and I was like, you know what? It's probably best to move. Louisville is probably be your best bet if you want to, which it is. It is sad, but again, if you want to be kind of left alone, Louisville will probably be your best, quote unquote bet.
Louisville's basically Kentucky's Africa.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I mean that in more ways than one.
And so, and even now when I'm working in that warehouse, there's little subtleties of the Caucasian coworkers that'll kind of do some questionable stuff at times. And again,
Right.
it really it irks my nerves because sometimes I really want to punch them in the face.
Well, here's the thing. You work in Shepherdsville, or Clarendon, whatever.
Yeah, clever.
So that's your fault.
Yeah, in a way, yes.
Second, I mean, like it's one of those things where it's like it really depends on the area or like where people are coming from that you're dealing with because like I know like because again I understand what you're saying from that area. It makes complete sense, but I think okay, so that irks you. This what irks me is when I'm dealing with people, black people, whatever, who go to the extreme so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's because I work downtown.
Yep.
And yeah, you literally downtown in the and where all the action's at and all that stuff, and there's obnoxious people all over the place because it's the city. It's the biggest city in Kentucky. So you're dealing with a lot more, a lot higher level of obnoxiousness throughout the city. And I work right there downtown, and I have to deal with different type of people. My problem is I got a few brothers that I work with and a sister who I work with that they contend so heavily that anytime someone says something or someone does something, in any way negative towards them or they automatically, they're just racist. I'm like, that's not how that works.
No,
it's not how that works. You can't automatically go straight there, and then I'm supposed and then look at me like, yeah, right, and I'm like, no. Stupid, like no, no, he's not racist. He don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stop that stuff.
It's
man.
like, hold up. First off, he doesn't it's not because of your skin color. It's because he doesn't like you.
Your voice annoys him. Your actions, make him want to, slap you. That is your problem. Don't turn it around like I need to have a conversation with him too.
You know what? Because that's funny that you brought that up because I even worked with somebody that was just like that a job ago, where she thought that he was racist.
Right.
But in all, no, she just had a high pitched, annoying voice.
Right.
That literally just kept getting on
right.
on his nerves.
He dislikes you the same way I dislike you. Shut up. Stop complaining to me because I gotta hear more of your voice. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? It's probably the same thing he was saying. Leave me alone. Yeah. Shut up. You know what I mean?
And like even because again, I like to be the approachable one, and I like to approach other people, especially those higher up bosses. Because again, they ask for my opinion.
Yeah.
I give them my opinion.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not, 9 times out of 10 they do. So, I come up to them, they come up to me, and most times I tell them the truth. Like, hey, this is how this happens, and that's how it rolls.
Well, here's my problem with that, because I used to be like real heavy, but I got to the point now where it's like I'm not trying to have this conversation. I'm like, you come to you tell me this, and I'm like, oh yeah, is that right? And I'm walking the hell away from you. And you don't get an explanation why. Either I'm not gonna sit over and go back and forth with you. I'm like I'm like, at best you're gonna get, nah, that's dumb, and then I'm walking away. You know what I mean? Like that's the best you're gonna get from me. I don't even like having those conversations, especially when I'm at work. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
I can't do it. Well, what do you think about him over there? He said something. I said, you know what I think? Not only do I not care, I got a list of things that I got to do over here. If he were to follow me and do the things that you said that he did to you to make you feel like that, then we all will.
See, that was the other funny thing. Like, there's a lot of other, other ones of our kinds that literally just like, no, I need you to walk with me. Like, no,
ain't happening. If that's what you need, you're gonna be deprived of some necessities, buddy.
Because I'm like, all right, so what happened? And then they explain what happened.
I hate asking that question. I hate asking that question.
I know I hate asking that question too. But
what happened? That means you're inviting this bullshit story that you have to, try to explain why you don't care.
It's like, dude, why did I even ask that question? I'm sitting there beating my head on against the wall. I'm like, why did I even ask this question? Because I really don't give a fuck.
Right.
But I'm asking it anyway, and I'm like, golly.
You're trying to be polite, and you end up in a conversation that's gonna make you want to freaking. Yeah, man.
I hate this. I hate having this life of everyone coming to me with their problems and want me to be the solve.
I told you before, that's the easiest problem to fix right there. That's the easiest
problem. I know it's the easiest problem, but unfortunately, they still know that I can still solve their problems. It's the problem that I keep running into because no one else is doing it.
You might be misreading the situation.
I might be.
They come to me because I have to. Or maybe it's because you keep listening to them and they keep bullshitting you, so they keep venting their shit to you. And it's like, and they just want somebody that's gonna listen to their dumb ass. Stop listening to their dumb ass. When they speak, you know what you do? You start thinking about bread,
bread,
barbecue. You know what? You start barbecue. Whenever you say, "Hey, what is it? What happened?" Start thinking about barbecue, and they will see it on your face that you are not thinking about them. That you are thinking about.
Barbecue. So start thinking about barbecue sauce,
right?
Macaroni and cheese, bread.
It'll confuse them for a second. Then they realize, oh god.
You went off in a tangent.
He's not here.
This guy's not human.
I don't like it. What? Not you. Wait a minute. I don't know what. Why are you listening to me? See, that's what I'm talking about. You started thinking about barbecue, didn't you? You weren't listening.
I did. I started thinking about barbecue, and then I just went instantly left. And I was like, you know what?
I was questioning. You thought I was questioning humanity. Like, wait, what? What?
Why would you question humanity?
I don't know. But look, all I gotta say
now
is,
CJ came back in the frame.
All I gotta say is, screw them.
All right. Well,
I just had to put that caveat on that. Screw.
Oh wow! So just
reiterate.
All right. Well, we'll just lead off to. You got off the rails?
Yeah, man. Hey, have y'all heard that story or saw that viral video of that girl that got hit with a brick and started crying all over the place on yeah, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I have.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy.
That sounds aggressive.
So I'm just gonna take you through my journey with this whole thing. All right.
Oh God.
This is how everything. This is how it happened for me. This is how I saw it. I was minding my own business, BYOB, and I forgot what I was looking at. It was something fun too. I was there, like one of them nutshell videos. I don't know if you saw them, just like these little stick figure type guys.
Yeah.
I'd be like doing like voiceovers, like the little cartoons and little voiceovers and stuff. And that was fun.
I do like those, man.
They're hilarious.
They are. They
make me happy. All right. And when I'm having a bad day, I turn on one of the nutshell videos, and I'm like, you know what? Anyways, so I was having fun doing that, and I was enjoying life for a second. And then I see this lady, if that's what you want to call her, that crying into a camera, crying into her camera on, I guess it was TikTok, I guess, and just going on and on about. She said that she got hit with a brick. That I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. That's hilarious. I mean, like, just not the fact that it happened, but just to hear that, like, immediately, after coming off of watching cartoon character things, and then all you hear was some lady, I got hit with a brick. That is just a bad timing right there. Like, Like I hit with a brick. It's like what?
Hold on. First off, okay, for the person that didn't see it, like,
I'll explain it.
How did she get hit with a brick anyway?
Let me explain it. So let me finish this. I'll get to all of that. All right. So she's on camera talking about she got hit by this brick, right? I'm sorry. I just like saying that. She got hit by this brick, right? It's like, I was walking down the street, this brick out of nowhere. Oh my, chin right in the face. Now, so
straight to New York.
That's a random object to be hit.
Yeah, a brick.
I mean,
that's like cartoon
I
shit.
can see somebody like punching somebody, but like
That's as random. That's as random as getting an anvil dropped in your head. That's some Looney Tune shit right there. That's it's just funny. So all right, so she got hit by this brick, and oh yeah, okay.
she gets hit.
She gets hit. Not brick, actually, but no. So she's talking about it that hey, this happened, and she's crying all over the place. Now again, it's not funny that it happened, but it's funny the way it looked. You see this big old lump on side of somebody's face.
I read your comment there, Drizzy. Yeah.
It was obvious
Okay.
that.
So
he gave her the.
Wait a minute. Let me do this. So she gets hit by this thing. See, it still makes me laugh a little bit. But anyway, there's a huge lump. I mean, like you see Roly Poly Oly?
Yeah.
It's like Roly Poly Oly, but with like dark brown. That's the way she looked. It was like round, like it was like that's the way it looked.
Shit.
I mean, it was crazy. And it was just all this big old thing on the side of her head. And I mean, and the thing about it, when I looked at it, it was like perfectly round too. That was the thing that kind of impressed. It was impressive. Yeah, that it was the roundness of it. Like it wasn't lumpy. It was like straight up. You know what I mean? It was a nice curve. Anyway, so she looks like this on the thing, crying, saying, "Hey, this all this happened because I wouldn't give this dude my number." And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she goes on to say, oh, and there was a whole bunch of dudes around and no one helped me. No one cared.
Okay.
All right. So if that's all you got, right? So if that's all you got, right? That's pretty tragic. I mean, it's pretty like, oh man, what's going on with the world today? Right? You kind of get that thing going on. You start feeling like Marvin Gaye, and you're like, hey, man, I'm about to, I'm ready to make this change, and that's what a lot of people online started doing. They took to social media and said, well, we gotta do something about this. There ain't enough accountability on blah. So, but here's my problem with that whole scenario, because I'm at the point in my life where I don't automatically look at something and say, that's what happened. I ask a couple questions. I make a couple of assumptions in my head. I keep them to myself for the most part. Keep them to myself. I'm like, I'm a little reserved, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I saw it, I said, oh, that's something. Scroll away from it. But what made me question it was these things. I'm gonna go down the line. You got hit with a brick, and the first thing you do is go to TikTok. It's not like you are in the hospital bed, got treated, got bandages going on, and you know what I'm saying, and you got the swelling coming down. The first thing you do, you don't call an ambulance, you don't do it. The first thing you do is jump on TikTok. That to me tells me already something's wrong. Okay, you would rather get this. Try to vie for this certain amount of sympathy that you may be able to get, rather than adhere to a medical emergency that's going on with your own face. Okay,
I will agree with that one, because already then I would be sitting here like, okay,
what's wrong?
Why? First off, why was 911 not called?
Right.
Because if that happened, police should be.
Question in that manner.
Well,
the reason why is because I went through a rabbit hole.
okay. Well,
So I was trying to let you finish. Yeah.
So that's my first inclination that hey, something might be wrong with this girl. There's I don't know for sure, but something might be wrong. So the other thing that jumps out at me is that she goes, oh, she's crying and all this stuff. So she's looking real real crazy right now. It's doing this crying and said, okay, you're crying, you feel all emotional, yet the phone's not shaking. Nothing's going. I mean, like you got a good grip on this phone, and you're recording everything. So you know what I mean. So it's not. It wasn't like it was like one of the situations where oh hey, watch out. If you come around this area, hey, I just be careful. No, it was all about her. All about her. She wasn't. It wasn't like it was. You know what I'm saying. So that alone. Okay. So it's all about you. You want all this attention. Okay. Now again, this is all just first thoughts. You know what I mean? Like because these thoughts are also going along with, hey, maybe she really was just walking down the street, minding her own business, and or whatever. But the problem now here's the problem with that is that apparently in the video, I guess she was making it clear that it was in her own community, like it was like outside her house type deal. So okay, if that's true, then that means that you're around people who you probably see every day, So it wasn't like it was you was at a party, you was at a club, you out somewhere, you was pretty close to home apparently, So that's like okay, so it's kind of hard for me to automatically assume that you was somewhere that you was unfamiliar with, around people you wasn't familiar with, right? So that kind of it's another little click in my head. Now another thing that hits me is that she goes, hey, I got hit with it. I got hit, and then I got all because I didn't give this guy my number. Okay, so I don't know, I can't speak for anybody else, but I don't know too many guys who can't deal with rejection on that level. I know. Okay,
yeah,
but I know.
But as a female, I look at it. I see it differently.
Right. I don't know how many people you've seen get assaulted simply because they didn't give out a phone number. But from my experience, okay. But see, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, like I've seen individuals who can't take it and might say, hey, you know what I'm saying, might come off with some stuff, and just verbally say some stuff, and that's it. I don't know really anyone that would physically assault a woman simply because they didn't get the number they want. I don't know anybody like that. Okay, so in my perspective, I'm like, okay, so what type of person would do this? Someone who's probably young, who don't know how shit works, and it kind of has that young man mentality where it's like, hey, I can do crazy things, or someone who's literally crazy, who definitely didn't have this happen, who hasn't done this, ain't their first act of insanity. You know what I mean? When you get past a certain age, close to your 30s, and you will hit a girl with a brick because she didn't give you your phone number. You've already done some crazy shit way before that. You know what I mean? There's history with this.
That's what I was thinking too.
Right. So you have that, or as someone who's been provoked past the point that's been suggested. When you keep poking the bear, and then the bear starts acting like a bear, and then people get hurt. Those are only three scenarios where it makes sense to me, in my mind. Okay, so from that point, you're saying that you did this, you didn't give this person attention when you are literally whoring yourself for attention right now by doing all this stuff. I mean, presumably you're really trying to get this attention right now. So that don't really check out. The only thing that makes sense to me is that you did a little bit more than just say no. You know what I mean? But again, it's just assumptions. Goes on in my head. I'm thinking, don't really add up to me right now. So and then my last point, she goes on to say that nobody helped me. Nobody, no, was men around, and nobody helped me. Again, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know a lot of upstanding men in the community that would literally just sit back and watch a lady just get hit and assaulted in a practically lethal fashion. Somebody's calling somebody, somebody's doing something is happening. I don't know many men that would just do that. Now, you're talking about you're in this community that you live at. The only time when I would probably not do anything in that situation is if I hated this thing. You know what I mean? If I couldn't stand this, you know what I mean? If like, you know what, I've been waiting for somebody to do something for so long because she's been so obnoxious and thank God somebody did something. You know what I mean? I've been to that level of anger towards someone who literally spends their time making everybody around them feel uncomfortable because they feel like they're entitled to. We all know that person. Anyone, if you want to deny it, you can deny it all day long. We all know that person.
Right.
So what bothered me about all that stuff is like that stuff isn't adding up. It doesn't, in my mind, it doesn't seem like a woman who literally was just minding her own business. And it didn't seem, at least on the surface, that was that way. So I left it alone. I said, I got my questions. I don't know. And then what happened? Then we started getting some other videos of this same individual going around slapping people, simply, and then walking off and acting like it's cool. Like, you can't touch me. There's a video of her literally doing this to a man, where she was literally dressed like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I can say every word, but she had a whole uniform on. All right, she had a whole uniform on. All right, you know what I mean? Yeah. Not whole with an L, ho. So she walking around, and look, you can do that. You know what I mean? But you gotta understand that you're looking for attention, right? And that's fine. So, I mean, sometimes you want to feel yourself. Do your thing. But if you think that someone walking up to you and saying something to you, hey, or whatever, and you think you're entitled to slap them in the face, walk off, and then start twerking, literally 4 steps away from them, you think that's okay? You think you're not provoking some type of assault against you? You think that, oh, yeah, can't nobody do nothing. All I did was slap them in the face, but because I'm me, can't retaliate. You can't do that. So she does it, and there's multiple videos of her doing this. There's multiple videos of doing it, and then there's another video that I saw after that, probably a day after I saw that. What his dude said, come up and said, hey, I was one of the guys that didn't do shit. And you know what? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because she is known throughout the whole community as being a troublemaker. She is known throughout this whole neighborhood of causing problems, of being, and I'm using my word now, obnoxious as hell. And nobody feels sorry for her. He also went on to say that I don't think that the dude that did that deserved to just go off scot-free. But there's no way in hell I'm going to jump in front of a damn brick for some chick who's literally been making our lives fucking hell. And you know what? You're damn right. Now, my problem with that, that goes past it, is that there was videos of certain individuals talking about, oh, we got a problem in the community where men ain't standing up for women. Look, you can hate what I'm about to say right now all day long, because I'm a man who has in the past, will to this day, and in the future will continue to protect the women in my family, protect the women that I respect, protect the women that I feel is due that respect. I have no problem doing that. That's been proven. Okay, there ain't a woman in my family who don't feel protected when they walking with me. That's a fact. So coming from that dude right there, let me tell you, there's no way in hell I'm protecting any sort of person displaying bitch-like characteristics. Not doing it. I'm not endangering myself or putting myself in any type of negative circumstances that could affect me, bodily or mentally or spiritually or whatever. I'm not doing it for the sake of that. Ain't doing it. And there's not a real man on this planet that would. That has nothing to do with being a man. It has nothing to do with a manhood. If you can't present yourself in a fashion that's worthy of being protected, don't do it. Don't expect that shit. If you live your life not concerned with the people around you and their comfort and their and the way they feel, don't expect those same people to be protective of you in times of your need. If you can't show concern, you don't get no protection. Bottom line. So I'm just gonna leave with that. Y'all can,
so
bring it back to me.
I did go in. First, let me go in and I'm gonna read some of the messages because some of the messages are going to go back into what I was pretty much in the lines I was thinking. So Drizzy said all because she wouldn't give the dude her number. He also said it doesn't sound like a good idea at first, but if you're getting attacked by someone, it will stop someone when it comes to the video recording because they don't want to be seen. Most of the time, if a person's doing something wrong, they obviously don't want to be on camera. And it says fight or flight.
Wait, what? Go back to the last one.
Because they don't want to be seen. So
what is that?
The camera. If you say, for instance, somebody is attacking you, you pull out a camera. Most of the time, they don't want to be seen, so they're going to stop or run away because you're pulling this camera out. And it's in a lot of cases, it actually has worked for women that were really about to get assaulted. And so,
what does that have to do with?
That could be the reason why he's just giving like the background reason of why it might be the reason why she brought the phone out and got on TikTok Live. So
okay,
that could be some of the reason. I got another background to off of that because she actually did not go immediately online. 911 was called.
Okay.
So she was waiting for the ambulance to come, and she got online, and that's how you see all the guys kind of standing around. She panned around a video. In her video, she panned around to all the guys that did not assist in this matter.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she did it after the 911 call.
Okay.
So she did try to get assistance, in other words. But again, they also were in another country. They were not in America.
Okay.
So Dre, so I'm gonna keep on going down the comments here. Dre also said fight or flight. Shay said it's not right either way.
That was why a lot of the comments was as you were talking.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of work through them.
Mm-hmm.
Some men just are abusers. I have been a dude. I have seen dudes do that. It's unacceptable. That both came from Drizzy. Shay says it's happened to me and no one helped me. And I was telling Dre, right? I've seen dudes to do it. Dre said common sense isn't common. Shay said so she doesn't deserve to get hit though. Dre said give the energy you wish to receive. Dre also says I'm writing as you were talking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, right. So it was as he was talking as it goes through, so you kind of pinpoint where everything kind of went. But at the end of the day, what happened is kind of like what Dave was saying. She was walking out of a club. Guy came up to her, asked her for a phone number, She rejected. Nobody knows exactly how she rejected, but she rejected. He responded by obviously attacking her. And when after the attack, 911 and all that stuff was called, um, and the whole other videos, stuff like that, some of the people were posting on there as if the videos were present in that night that that's what she was doing. But from my understanding, that she's been doing TikToks like this for a while, as in
That's
hitting,
kind of the point, though, man.
yeah, as in hitting the men or whatever. But a lot of those men were actually pre-warned and a part of the skit. So it was a skit that she was doing, and they tried to make it seem like, or be presumed as her attacking these men, and that wasn't the case.
And where's that coming from?
That's all of it's coming from the same stream that I've seen all of the videos.
No, that's what I'm saying. How do we know this is skit? How?
No, it's coming from all the people that necessarily were a part of this, like the men.
Okay.
And I've seen several, like I said, I went through a whole rabbit hole. So like I went through, TikTok has all these different videos that pin back up to. So I've seen the ones that kind of what you were seeing, and then I also seen some more because I just kept on going.
Right.
Like I just kept on scrolling through them. So
right.
The more you kind of dig into them, the more you'll get into that these were skits of things. And some of the men might see it as being pesky because they weren't a part of the skits. The ones that they were aware of what was going on, and she never actually fit. So it was all for attention again. Yeah. It's an attention thing, but that's not unknown or unheard of when it comes to TikTok.
All right, so let me respond to this, because I want to be clear about a few things. And I think it's one thing that irritates me, because I don't think anyone at least I hope no one is assigning that this what I'm thinking, this what I'm saying to what I'm saying. But because I want to be clear, and nothing that I've said or nothing that the individuals that I agree with on the matter have said that's saying that he was right to do so. Matter of fact, I think I said that.
Yeah, you did.
I did say that. Okay. Yeah. So nothing's black and white. I'm sure we all adults can understand that there's a cause and effect that on any situation, and using absolute language can be dangerous, right? So my point to all of this is that if you're displaying certain characteristics and certain things happen to you, you can't morally stand up and say that it shouldn't have happened to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not with that. Like, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be prosecuted. He shouldn't be, but I'm not saying that the people who did nothing were absolutely wrong, because I've definitely been in situations where people who feel entitled to certain treatment, that they think that everybody just has to, like, they count on it and they manipulate on it. They use that to their full advantage, in spite of my safety, in spite of my my concern. There are users out here. So as a man, as a person in general, you have to be very, very, very sure about who and what and all that you're going to put yourself in the middle of. And like I said, in my experience, which is the only thing that I can go off of when dealing with something like this, is that I don't know anyone that will go to that extreme under the circumstances that she was presenting. That I just said no. I don't know anyone that will go to that extreme. I know individuals who could go to that extreme if you keep on, you try to embarrass them and you really try to go that way. And I'm not saying that they're right. What I'm saying is, if that is a natural reaction that people are going to have if you try to embarrass them. Now, with the whole skit thing, I don't know nothing about that. All I know is that if you put something out there and you think the public isn't going to use that to frame their view of you, you're a moron. I don't care about the specifics about how that, because that could be a lie. I don't know. All I know is what I saw. And when you're dealing with being in the public eye and you're not ready to take responsibility for the image that you put out there, you're not entitled to anything other than to be judged on what you put out there. So again, I'm gonna be clear about it. I don't think it's right for anyone to use lethal or any type of physically damaging action towards someone just because they didn't get what they want from them. I don't think that's right. I'm not protecting anybody. Well, I'm not protecting him. What I am saying is, what my problem is the people who are trying to demonize those who didn't step in.
Right.
Because that's
been one of the things that's been a battle in the community. And I think what happens is it's a lot of emotions that necessarily get thrown around. And as I keep on seeing the different lives as I go through them, a lot of it is the women are saying, that's fine. You don't have to protect, but we have to start somewhere when it comes to connecting as one. And that's when it comes to the people in general, our people in general. So
right.
So when they say that, we got a lot of emotions flying around, we understand as women that it could potentially put you in danger.
Right.
Right.
Well, some.
Right. Well, okay. So when I say women,
right.
I mean the real women.
Yeah.
So not the
Agreed.
ones out there playing around. We understand.
Those are the ones who deserve that protection.
I mean, right. Those are, they most definitely. And I feel like, honestly, gratitude. I feel like in the same sentence, I feel like we have to teach the women that are not in that mindset why we are in the mindset we're in. And same thing when it comes to men. Because we have to understand that there's codes to it. Everything that you do in life is going to come back to you. Like Dre said, all the energy that you put out is what you're going to receive back.
Absolutely.
And so I completely agree with the fact that, the energy that she obviously was putting out there was on the receiving end was something it's sad that it happened.
Right.
And it shouldn't have happened. And I think that even if, like, as a woman just being there, I probably would have stepped in.
What, for her?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's out of the fact that I feel like no woman or man should ever get hands laid on, period. I don't feel like it's necessary, especially if it went to as the only thing that she was doing is saying no.
And we don't know that, but yeah.
Right. None of us, we can only speculate at this point for what actually really happened.
So even on that tip right there, it's under normal circumstances, I'm 100% with that. Now where we differ is that you don't believe that physical altercation is ever.
It's not necessary. I feel like
right?
Once we get an ass whooping with kids, we're not kids anymore.
Well, and that's where I differ, because I feel like that ass whooping as a kid is preparing you for the reality of life afterwards. You don't get it then and then not get it later because I'm done with that. No, you're getting it then because it's a realization that this can happen when you're outside of my protection from other people. I'm doing this
so
you know what I mean?
You're setting the kids up to make sure they know
they're prepared.
That if you
that's a reality.
This is what's going to happen. Yeah,
right.
I get that.
So
I get that.
Right. So with that being said, when I see someone who's acting childish and who gets the whooping that they're asking for, their actions are asking for, that's when I'm like, oh, well, there you go. You know what I mean?
And that's why I said I see where you're coming from in a lot of sense, but it's still either way it goes. Like, especially if it's off of the circumstances of what I know just from the video. Because those other guys that she slapped, if that was the case, if it wasn't a skit, I'm sorry, I'm out of my mic. If it wasn't a skit, yeah, it's happy, y'all. So if it wasn't a skit, then those guys, had all valid rights to put hands on.
Right.
But from off of when it came down, I mean, and I don't condone violence, but the guy that she got hit by, from what we have,
right,
he had no right to put hands on. She
right.
put no hands on him.
He didn't have the right, but he did have cause. Is what I'm saying. He had no right, which means that he shouldn't be protected from the actions that he did. But he did have cause. I mean, because as a person who's, I can be aggressive, me too, and with as a person coming from that place who knows how to keep this shit in check, I understand the urge to go on attack when you feel like you're being attacked. He could have felt like he was being attacked if he was again being embarrassed. That's not right, but I understand the cause. I understand that wouldn't have happened if he wasn't poked, in that circumstance. If that was the case, absolutely.
And so but everything I can only go off of what I actually see. So what I seen in that video, she was not poking at him. She just clearly just told him.
Well,
no.
We don't. The only thing we have is her word.
Her word, and then no.
I'm going off with assumptions. You know what I mean?
The guy that was there that didn't step up also said the same sentiment that she gave. So when he had a whole spiel or whatever, so he also said she only rejected, but because she is a menace in the area is why nobody actually stepped up. So she was actually clearly in the right to be upset for getting hit at that moment, in that moment. And like I said, if the whole situation with the skit situation is true, then those were pre-planned, something that's out there. Like it's a lot of people do skits like that, and I mean,
right.
I mean a lot of YouTubers do it, a lot of what I'm saying. So like that's not out of the norm.
So as we come close to the end of this segment, definitely I know both of y'all has literally killed the deer, murdered it, chewed it up.
Hey, real quick.
Be careful with your wording.
Fuck off.
But there's some couple of other facts and other things with that. What are you talking about? Watching language, dude. That's way of life. Anyway, so what a lot of people don't realize is third world countries have their own different laws other things. So honestly, when we look at the American laws compared to the third world country laws, it's a little bit different.
That's true.
And well, again,
that's a severe end of the
but again, that's where it gets to the point to where
women don't have a whole lot of rights in those other countries.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different conversation there.
But she wouldn't have she wouldn't be in the scenario that she's in if that was the case.
Right.
So
she wouldn't have been.
So as CJ gets ready for her segment, I do want to tell you guys that, hey, check out Haunted Sites. It is on our YouTube channel. Check it out. There's been some crazy stuff that's been going on. Definitely in that. We definitely had fun doing that with me and CJ on Haunted Sites.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. If y'all are not liking the content, we don't know if you like it or you dislike it. So come in, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can know when we're going live.
So the Here Goes Marriage podcast was supposed to be last week, but unfortunately some things had happened. So we'll be doing it at the upcoming Tuesday, Thursday scheduled times as that. So hopefully that you guys will check that out as well too, as those new episodes does come through our feed. So again, we have a lot of stuff that's going to be doing within the time period. The 10 Count podcast will be back either sometime this week or sometime next week, because I know the Canelo and Charlo fight will be coming up. So we're going to be doing a live stream there as well too. So I'm looking forward to that September 30th. But I definitely, like I said before we head over to CJ's, I definitely want to continue the thanks of support and constant joining us. I know the fourth year has been really much of a struggle because of a lot of technical issues, stuff like that. We still appreciate you guys checking in, chiming in on this YouTube channel as we're trying to get settled in to doing this. Um, this is the first time in a while since we first started back in 2020 on Facebook Live. So I do appreciate everyone jumping in, joining us, chiming in, doing everything else.
Yeah, we appreciate that for sure.
Like I said, we're doing brand new stuff. We're trying new stuff out. But the fifth year is going on.
Just blowing your headphones.
I guess I don't know. I don't know what
My ears are sweaty.
I don't know what the hell she's doing over there. But again, we appreciate it. Continue the support for us. Send out our YouTube channel to any and everybody. We want to continue to grow, get bigger, and as we continue to get bigger, we can continue to push out more content and push out more stuff and have more fun doing this stuff.
Amen.
Especially having the Haunted Sites podcast that we're doing. We're having tons of fun there. The Here Goes Marriage podcast, the 10 Count podcast. I mean, we're kind of trying to get this ball rolling.
All right. We're excited.
Yeah,
We get it.
we get it.
Shut
All right. So without further ado, it's what's on CJ's mind.
All right, y'all. So what's on my mind is absolutely really nothing. So
Okay.
Great.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it for that segment. I guess we're going.
But no, seriously, y'all. Like, I want to go in and I want to talk a little bit about when we did the hunted site, you guys. Like, so when I say that the negativity that comes off of the back of the fact that somebody sees or can experience or has experienced something, it's never a moment of people thinking that you're crazy. It shouldn't be. But the fact is that it's always pinpoint as that person is crazy. You know, and I feel like it's a certain level of judgment when it comes to somebody experiencing something and they know something's different. So what you're telling me is when they always want to demonize it. They want to make it seem like it's something that is wrong or bad or whatever. When I say that I can probably, and I didn't look it up or not like that because this is just really coming off of the chest. So a lot of this stuff when it comes to different things, when it comes to ghosts and when it comes to paranormal things and stuff like that, you can probably go back into the Bible and find a lot of this stuff. None of this stuff is demonic. All of it, if you have a person that is a medium or a person that believes or they have high levels of being able to feel other people's emotions, you know, they're empath or anything like that, everything that you get, and everybody that knows me knows that where my most high is. Everything that you get when it comes from that comes from God, you guys. The gifts that you get to be able to see certain things, to be able to talk to ghosts, if that's the case, you know, being able to do, those are gifts. And everybody gets them. Does everybody get something different? So to go in and invalidate somebody, especially when, how do you know that I didn't go and recheck the videos? I seen the comments on my thing, so if you see me and you see my podcast, you didn't have enough followers to where I could bring you into a box, because I would have had to sit there and read you just so I could prove you wrong. So I don't do it because I know that it's evasion of privacy when I tell you something about yourself that you don't want to hear. So I don't do it. I will act absolutely insane, or like I would act like I'm stupid and I don't know nothing, instead of telling you what I do know. So don't come for the people that are like that. I'm going to stand ground right here, right now, for everybody that is in that ring. Yes, are there people out there that pretend that they can do it? Absolutely. But guess what? It's not my space or my problem to judge that person. At the end of the day, we all have judgment day. It's up to you if you want it. It could be good or bad. So that's all that's on my mind.
So
I'm sweating.
I didn't want to jump into it, but again, before we come to the end of the show, we want again continue thanks for everyone joining. Go and check out the haunted sites. I want you guys to fully watch the whole entire thing. I want you to kind of hone in on 20 to 21 minutes, and I want you to be the judge of what you see on that video.
21 minutes, 13 seconds, y'all.
Okay.
Let me just say that the reason why I got it down to the seconds is because I watched it repeatedly over and over again to make sure it was not a bug or it was not a piece of dust or a particle or something. I made sure. So
I want you guys to go check. You guys be a judge. See what you see. If it's questionable, then that proves our point. But again, check haunted sites every Monday night. Check out Here Goes Marriage podcast. That will be brand new, dropping on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I hope you guys check those out. And like I said, 10 Count should be back in the next week or so, getting geared up for the Canelo Charlo fight that will be coming up on September 30th. We'll be live streaming that one. Cannot wait.
Maybe come get your toothpicks.
Still toothpicks.
Still hustling. Still getting them out there.
Still serving toothpicks.
Still serving toothpicks by the pick. And
I mean that's a lot of work for those toothpicks.
It's not though. Just do it.
Just do it.
It's like Nike. Just do it.
Just do it.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate y'all most definitely coming in and commenting. We will have pretty good topics coming up soon, you guys. Hopefully, we might be doing some screen switch ups here, so we will most definitely see what's to come, you guys.
Oh yeah, and also too, we will be coming out with our our fifth season. So we are coming out with some brand new T-shirts to commemorate our 5-year anniversary.
Yes.
These will be limited edition. I might as well go into somewhat of the details, but they will be glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark, limited edition government cheese party shirts, you guys, for our 5th year in, our 5th season in, you guys. So again, limited edition. That means we're not going to have a whole bunch of them out there. So you got to get yours.
So more details on those will pop onto our Facebook page. But yes, they will be limited. They will be to commemorate our 5-year anniversary. We're super excited to get started with that. Hopefully Brother Bates will be back with us next week. Hopefully he can get some of his
situations. I'm just gonna, y'all, like I said, keep Brother Bates in your thoughts and your prayers, you guys, because most definitely I feel like it's needed, you guys. Everybody is needed.
He's
don't ask any questions.
Just know that he's getting counseling from me, so.
Yeah, trust me when I say that counseling is blocked and denied.
I got him covered though.
I got him covered.
though. But y'all, you just keep him in his thought zone. Keep him in your thoughts, you guys, for positivity to move forward. Okay.
Yep.
And that's really all. That's all we're gonna give right now. So.
Yo, enjoy the weekend. Holla at y'all. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Get y'all's toothpicks.